Your 21st season, ahead of Kobe Bryant as the player who has played the most years with one team in NBA history.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. Unfortunately, the time has flown by.
I mean, you've had chances to go to other teams. You've had chances to retire. You've had a bunch of contemporaries retire. Why are you still here?
I still love to compete, even though as you get older it gets a little harder. Just keeping up with some of the guys that are half my age, but it's still fun to try to help the franchise and the team win games. It's you know, you have to use your brain, you have to use your smarts when you lose a couple steps, but that's still fun to me. But it's definitely coming towards the end. I don't want to say this is the last year. But we'll have to see. I'm gonna approach it like it's the last, and then if it goes well, we'll see about that next summer. First, I'm here to model our new uniform.
You have such a great sense of humor about yourself. If you do something goofy on the court, one of your old teammates who's now coaching here nicknamed you like a mummy for the way you move, so you do a whole skit about it. What has let you have that perspective on yourself?
I don't know. I'm a guy that always loves to have fun. You know, you can ask my teammates. I'm the first one, even though I'm the oldest now. I always goof around, always want to have fun. I want to keep a light atmosphere usually, because the NBA season can be a long grind, and I always try to make it light, enjoy what we do.
You weren't always like this. You've talked a lot about how when you first came into the NBA, you were so shy, and you were very self-conscious.
I think that came with English not being my first language, and I was worried to say the wrong thing, you know, if that makes sense, so I kind of said, not much. Just
being in the NBA, how scary was that idea for you when you were coming over here?
Yeah, so I wasn't sure if I was ready for it. You know, I only weighed about 230, 235, so I was really skinny, and I wasn't sure if my body was ready for the pounding. And in my first year, there were games where I didn't play at all, where I didn't come off the bench, and then you're like, hey, maybe I should have stayed in Europe, maybe I should have gone to college, had a bunch of offers, and I think it's normal to let some doubts creep in.
I don't know why this guy hasn't played better this year. Every time I see him play, he looks better than a guy that's averaging 6 points a game.
But I wanted to fight through it, I wanted to work my way through it.
Oh my goodness, what a show! Luka Doncic is put on!
Luka with the fancy handles. Now that's sexy.
Luka Doncic is coming over from Europe. Different kind of player than you were, and certainly a different era. But still, how can you be helpful to him in his transition?
Well, his English is already a little better than mine. I think when I first got here, he's already extremely savvy as a player, which I wasn't. He seems like he's been playing pro since he's 10 years old. The way he pretty much has, the way he carries himself in those scrimmages. He wants the ball. He wants to make decisions with the ball. He's a great passer for his size and for his age, and so I think it's going to be fun to play with, fun to compete with for a long time.
You have plenty of players come up to you now in the NBA who were born after you started playing. I grew up watching you, Dirk. What is that like?
Yeah, that's crazy. You know, to know that I can be, you know, I'm double the age of some of these young guys that I play with.
You really go to educate your younger teammates. A lot of these guys were born in the 90s, and so you had a 90s throwback 40th birthday party this year.
Which I dressed as myself at, which was amazing. I bought this wig, and so I styled it to what my hairstyle looked like when I was drafted. I brought my earring back. I wore a pink earring. I wore like the wide jeans that were hot in the 90s. I wear a super big shirt, like a quadruple X shirt. A lot of great stuff, great throwback stuff. So really enjoyed it, and glad everybody showed up and partied.
The Dallas Mavericks are NBA champions, the first title in franchise history.
There's so many highlights with you along the way through these 21 years, but the NBA Finals are always going to be sort of the big temple bookends. And with you, I mean, you have this experience. You play Miami in 2006, and we saw you so frustrated. That video of you walking down the hallway, pushing and kicking and just being so angry. And then that gets bookended with 2011, where you beat Miami. And your reaction then, you ran off the court and just started crying in the locker room before the trophy even came out.
I just started crying, and I couldn't stop myself. So I just decided, hey, get off the court, get a minute before all these cameras are right in your face. And I laid there in the back a little bit. There was a little bench there in the visiting locker room in Miami.
Just like by the showers,
in
right?
the shower, yeah. So I laid down there. And
You were just sobbing kind of under a towel, all the emotion.
yeah, it was just, all the things go through your mind, the hard work, all the hours, all the people that go through with you, through the stuff, up and down. It was a blur, but it was an amazing time. And yeah, I'll never forget it for the rest of my life.